It's just so rude. Burdensome.
Right here. Burdensome favors.
Yeah, that was the Diet Pepsi one.
Yeah.
That was funny. We watched this last night.
Okay, so we watched this last night. Burdensome favors.
Burdensome.
Burdensome favors.
Babe.
And what's this one about?
You know, doing, well, just watch it. It's what we watched last night about Diet Coke.
No.
Yeah, did you ever have a situation where you do a favor for somebody, or sometimes you're pushed into doing that favor, and it turns out that it's more of an annoyance and an irritant and a burden, and it would have been better if you just didn't do anything nice at all? Well, that's kind of what happened to me just a little while ago today. I was at my record store. And sometimes when you're in the record store, the guys, they get together and they're like, let's get a drink or get something down at the deli, some refreshments. So I decided that I wanted a water, you know. So I said, let's go get a water. And we have this one guy, he's an older guy. He always has a knack of eavesdropping and hearing when we're going down to get something at the deli. And he always says the same thing. Can you pick me up a Diet Coke? Now, the guy never does the legwork himself. He never goes down there. He always expects us to do it as long as we're going pick him up something. Well, I happened to be talking to this guy today, and he happened to tell me that he just recently got diagnosed with diabetes. So he said, yeah, I got diabetes. I got to watch what I eat now and drink and everything. So we happened to say we were going to go down to the deli again, and he heard us, and sure enough, tried and true, he said, could you pick me up a Coke Zero? And I said to him, pick you up a Coke Zero? I said, I thought you weren't having this stuff. You were talking about the diabetes. He goes, yeah, I got to be careful. He says, but, you know, I figured Coke Zero. I want Coke Zero because that has nothing. You know, he's like, you know, instead of the Diet Coke, I'll take the Coke Zero. All right. You know, see, I don't know if there's a difference between Coke Zero and Diet Coke. To me, it's the same garbage. And
yeah, like, I understand he can't drink, like, the sugar, but regular, like Joe's saying, the Diet Cokes and all that, it's much better to just drink the regular Coke. Like, all those...
I don't know, though, with diabetes, or if you can have the sugar, though.
No, that's what I'm saying. I can understand with him, right? But I mean, normally the regular Coke's going to be probably better for you than the diet crap.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think there's any difference between Diet Coke and Coke Zero.
No, I don't think so.
I think it's
anyway,
taste,
I would
right?
think it's exactly the same thing. But nevertheless, I said, all right, I'll pick it up. Now the guy starts reaching into his wallet. He pulls out a $10 bill. He goes, here you go. You know, you can get the... And I felt guilty. See, that's another thing. Sometimes people mean well. You know, they're trying to treat you to something. They're going to pay. And all it does is make me feel more embarrassed. It makes me feel like, well, I don't want you to do that. So that's another imposition. Him pulling out that 10 actually makes me feel like I got to take it. I got to pay. And right now, I'm trying to save nickels and dimes wherever I can this week. So it's just a little tighter than usual. So I didn't really want to have to pay. But that's the kind of guy I am. You know, you might not know by some of these videos I do, but I don't feel comfortable when somebody else says, here you go, here's the money. I say, no, I got it, don't worry. So right there and then, through my own character flaw, I wind up being, inconvenienced and I got to pay. So I got to pick this guy up a Coke Zero. So we go down, me and this one other guy, we take a walk down to the deli. It's about 2 blocks away. I pick up my water and I go to the refrigerator section and I look for a Coke Zero, and guess what? They don't carry Coke Zero here. They do have Diet Coke. So I'm stumped. You see, now I'm like, oh, geez, well, what am I supposed to do? Should I get this guy a Diet Coke if they don't have the Coke Zero, or should I get specifically what he asked for? Gee, I don't want him disappointed. I don't want him mad. You know, should I get him nothing, or should I get the Diet Coke? Oh, man. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, this here alone, this dilemma that I'm facing, this is imposed upon me. This is something, I just want to get some water. I don't want to have to worry about what you're going to think, what you want. You know, you come here and walk here and you make your decision, you know? So I'm like, well, now what should I do? I said, I know. I'll call the record store. I'll ask the customer, which one do you want? What do you want me to do? Do you have a plan B in this situation? So I take the phone and I call up. And today's Saturday. It's very busy here at the record store. I understand that. And the phone rings and rings and rings and rings and rings, and nobody's going to answer the phone. So now I got to wait a while. I wait a minute and a half. I said, maybe there's something wrong with my phone. Maybe it's busy, something. I don't know. I try again a second time. And this time the young guy picks it up. And you could tell by the way he picks up the phone. He's very busy. He's like, yeah, what do you want, Joe? He knows it's me, you know. And I told him, well, I'm at the deli and they don't have any Coke Zero here. And then he says to me, well, I'm busy. I got to go. And he hangs the phone up. Now I'm sitting there, I'm like, what? He hangs up. I'm all this because this guy can't get his own drink, okay? So now I got to make a decision here. What's the right move? So the guy behind the counter says, well, if the guy said that he wants to get Coke Zero, that's the only thing I would get him. I wouldn't get him the Diet Coke because the Coke Zero has nothing. If he's diabetic, you know, turns out he's wrong. I looked up later. After all this happened, I Googled it. Turns out this stuff is the same either way. Maybe I should have Googled it at the store. But I didn't think of it. So I made the decision, I just won't buy him anything. I don't want to take the risk that I get him something he can't drink. So I go back to the store. I see the guy. I tell him, I'm sorry, I didn't get you anything. He looked a little disappointed. He said, oh, what happened? And I told him the story. Well, they didn't have Coke Zero. You said you didn't want the Diet Coke, and you only wanted the Coke.
See, there's 3 thumbs down on the video. One of them is from that guy because he didn't get his Coke.
His
Coke
free
Zero, so I had to make a decision, and I tried calling the store twice. One time they didn't pick it up. The second time, the guy picked it up, but he had to hang up on me, and I never got the answer. They asked the chance to ask you what you wanted to do. This is the kind of thing I'm talking about, folks. It's you know, you're trying to do a nice thing, and it's such an imposition. And you got to worry about. I didn't go down there to get a headache, you know. What does the guy say to me? He looks at me and he goes, "Oh, you could have got the Diet Coke."
What I don't get when I said to you, hun, was
Yeah.
this is just or just a customer at the record shop, right? Like, how long are people staying in a record shop?
Yeah.
They like hang around
They hang around, yeah.
enough to wait for a Diet Coke
Yeah.
and a Coke Zero and
Yeah.
look at records.
It's a home away from home. Okay, this is the final one. And like I said, he's got a playlist. I think he has over 100 of these rants. So I hope you subscribe to his channel and check them out. I think this is one of the first ones that I saw. And then I showed it to Mollie. And it's your favorite, right? Of the ones you've seen.
It's the only first one I saw too, and then you said he's got lots more of these
Yeah,
rants, and I was
yeah.
like, let's watch them
Yeah.
because this was like really funny.
Yeah.
This was like relatable,
Yeah.
right? And the delivery was so good.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a little bit about my adventure with Disney Plus last night. Okay, there was a show on premiering called If These Walls Could Sing, and I wanted to watch it. Now, the deal with me and Disney Plus is that about 13 months ago, I got Disney Plus. I subscribed to Disney Plus. It cost something like either $6.99, I forget, or $7.99 a month, whatever the deal was. And I, against my wishes, I went ahead and I subscribed to Disney Plus just to be able to watch the Beatles Get Back. That was in November of 2021. Okay. The thing is, I never bothered to unsubscribe. I haven't watched a thing for an entire year after that. But I never bothered to unsubscribe. Too much trouble, too much of a headache. So I kept Disney Plus. And I was paying, I guess, $7 a month for the past 12, 13 months. Whatever. Well, it turned out I was glad now that I never got rid of it because, sure enough, this new documentary about Abbey Road Studios was on. And I figured, well, I can just go and access my Disney Plus account, and I can easily tune in, right? Wrong. How naive was I to think that in this crazy day and age, you could just turn something on and enjoy? No. I turn on the TV. I go for Disney Plus on the remote. There's a little remote they give you. Boom, Disney Plus. It comes up, and I see it wants me to put in my password. All right? Well, all right, I could understand that. But here's the kicker. In the spot where it says email, it has my email already pre-printed in there from last time. It says email, and there it is. All right. So I hit continue. The next step is to hit continue. It says, we don't recognize this email. You don't recognize the email. You're the one that's showing it to me. It's in your memory banks. It's in your computer. It's in your system. It says right there in the box, blah, 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 my email. Why do you not recognize it? Why does it not exist? It's there. You're showing it to me. It's right. It's accurate. There's no mistakes. All right. So then I discover that what I have to do is I have to put in a new email. So we decide to put in my girlfriend's email. We'll put my girlfriend's email in. She comes in. My girlfriend wasn't in the best of moods this particular occasion, No.
I know that feeling.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, we both know that feeling.
Was I really? But whatever. So she's getting frustrated. She's like, all right, let's put it in. But then we discover we have no way of knowing or accessing on the remote control a letters function. How do you... There's nothing. We're looking all over this remote control for letters. Because what you got to do is, anybody ever try this? It's like what they used to have with the old texting on the old flip phones. You got to kind of like, you have a grid of letters, and you got to like take the box and go over and look for, okay, where's letter T? T, there it is. Click. And you got to go back up. I got to look for H.
Yeah.
Click. Then I got to go scroll down and look for E. Where's the E? Click. You know how long that takes to do that? And what a pain in the ass it is? And not only that, but as I say, I couldn't find on the remote how to even get that option to put the letters in. Finally, after God knows how long, we discover how you actually get to punch in the letters codes, all right? And sure enough, there we go. Put in her email this time. It
all goes smoothly after this. Right, honey?
It gets better.
felt like it took a half an hour. It took forever. And not only, when you finally get around to finding the letter or letters you want to use, and you click enter or OK on the remote, it doesn't just go in, boom, easy, beep, 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 beep. You have to like really aim it at the TV. You have to aim it at the gizmo. And you really got to press a blink. Okay, there we go. H, where's H? Where's H? There it is. Click, click. Blink. It took forever to do this. Okay, so after we're finished putting in the email, we have to come in with a new password. We find out, one of the reasons they're doing this, they changed the price. You have to re-sign up.
Oh.
It's no longer $7 a month. Now it's, I think, $10.99. It's like, it went from like 7 to 11. It went up like a few dollars. We knew that was going to happen, right? It's no longer 7. It's now like 10 or 11 a month. Blah. So anyway, we had to re-sign up. So we had to go through the whole thing again with a password. We got to choose a password. Same thing. Well, where's the first letter? There it is. Click. Finally get the password in. Comes up. Finally we get it all in. We got the email in and we got the password in. Then we hit continue. You know what it tells us? Confirm your password. Confirm. Hit it again. Put it in again.
He should do stand-up as a rant. The rant comedian with all of his stories.
Just rant about everyone in the crowd.
He tells the story very well. Like,
well, you feel the frustration.
Yeah.
You know it. He's reliving it as he's doing it.
Well, look how pissed off he looks.
And I'm mad now too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got to put the password in a second time. Click! My girlfriend says, I'm going in the other room. My girlfriend's had enough of this. She says, I'm going in the other room. I'll watch the show later or whatever. She says, I have something I have to do. I'm going in the other room. So she goes in the other room. Finally, I go through the real crazy obstacle course and maze of getting it confirmed. I put the password in once. I confirm the password twice. Now I hit continue. Do you know what comes up next? We've sent a 6-digit code to your phone. Put in the number code to know it's really you.
It's time to go and talk to the girlfriend.
That code to your phone thing drives me
Yeah,
nuts too.
I know.
Like, just leave me alone.
Yeah, we all
Like,
have that with
but what if you didn't have
passwords
your
and
phone
everything.
with you then, or like you
Oh.
didn't have that number? You got to switch your number. You know, it's like
So not only do I got to put in a new, email, not only do I have to put in a new password, not only do I have to go and confirm the password once, but now I got to put in a 6-digit code that's sent to the phone. So I go into the other room where my girlfriend is now preoccupied with a project. I say, "Excuse me, babe, excuse me, you might have to check your phone." She said, "Why?" I said, "Because they're asking for a 6-digit code. I got to put in, I got to see what code they give us, 6 numbers." She says to me, and I don't blame her at all. She was fed up, and so was I. She says, "I'm not doing anything now." She says, "I'll do it later. I'm just trying to relax now. I'm busy with something." And then I had to tell her the bad news. I said, "Babe, I hate to tell you this, but the new code that they sent to your phone expires in 15 minutes. Got to do it right away
I hate to
before it expires." "Ah, all right." And she comes in. Again, I'm not blaming her at all. I'm just as annoyed as she is. This is ridiculous. What you got to do to watch a program, for God's sake? So she comes in, and we put the code in. Boom, boom, boom. 6-digit code. Luckily we did it in the nick of time.
No, I'm just thinking about, because of the internet and the old days, it was, you just had your TV, right, with cable. But imagine all the stress that all of this has caused people, like, through the years with passwords and
no, just well, it's just like you said, all this just to watch a show.
yeah.
Like, but I wonder if he still has Disney Plus, or if he's bothered, because probably canceling it is probably a hassle too.
Yeah, of course.
A huge hassle.
Yeah.
Because this will self-destruct in a certain amount of time. If you don't put your code in, we will self-destruct. So I put it in, and somehow, it wasn't over then either. Somehow we got the program, but then we finally got into Disney Plus. We had to go all over the place to find out where this thing was. If these walls could talk, you got Superman. Well, not Superman, Marvel, Iron Man 2, Iron Man. Oh, there it is. If these walls could talk. Hold on, let me try 2 hands. Click. And I sat down and watched the movie, and I enjoyed the movie. I did a video on it. You'll see. Look at my video. I enjoyed the movie, but I couldn't. It took me 5 minutes to unwind. The first 5 minutes or so, I was still fired up from the experience, and my girlfriend was so annoyed that she didn't come in. She missed the first 20 minutes. She missed the first. She wasn't about. She had to calm down and cool off too. She was annoyed. Look, folks, they try to make things convenient. This is not convenient. It's a pain in the neck. I remember the good old days. That's right. I said it, the good old days. When they're going to put a program on, they put it on. 8 o'clock tonight, 9 o'clock, it's on. Boom. Now, boom, they put it on and that's it. Now, I understand a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, no, today's a lot better." Because once you figure out this freaking obstacle course, once you figure this out and get it all set up, then it's true. You can watch it anytime you want. Just go up to the TV. Okay, I want to watch it at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 a.m., p.m. It doesn't matter. You just go up. Anytime you want to watch the show, it's there for you. You go on, bing. But getting from here to there is insane.
Those are some pretty pricey movies he's watched.
Rant over for today.
We didn't watch The Children in the Restaurant.
Okay, one more. So this is the final one. Dining in Peace. We've all experienced this.
That was part of the whole thing, like, in July. I know I'm staying in the I'm like, cool, it's all back to
This probably was going on for a while before he started filming.
Oh. And you can't blame the kid, right? But the
Yeah, you can.
parents, right? Take the
Well, I know it's
kids
parents,
out of the
yeah.
restaurant, or
Like I said, it probably went on for a while before he started filming this too. So it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what as a parent? Like, remove them from a situation.
Yeah.
And why do you?
And what are kids doing in a restaurant anyway?
Well, aren't there children-free restaurants?
Children-free restaurant.
Child-free
That's a good
restaurant.
idea.
I think there was. I think we did a rant about that one
Yeah.
somewhere, that there should be children-free.
Yeah.
One of the rants we watched. We had a binge of rant videos we watched once.
First thing you do when you're a parent is take the brat outside. First thing you do. You know, behave like that. You gotta take them outside.
Take them home.
I'm trying to enjoy my breakfast here, you know. A little oatmeal.
Good, want me to take that?
Get that kid out.
Still going on.
The people over there are getting annoyed too. You know, people don't eat that crap with their breakfast.
It's the gist of it, hun. Like, of his rants, right? Or just like basic decency. Like, he just wants to watch a movie in peace, eat his breakfast in peace, like get the right drink at a vending machine.
Yeah.
You know, like get the right order at a deli. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like he's not asking for much.
Yeah.
So it's a basic. Just
Yeah.
that's why it's so relatable.
But
right?
I'm glad it happened to him because they're funny videos.
I know. Well, they're gonna keep happening.
So yeah, that's it. That's just the tip of the iceberg of his rants. Rancid Mayo. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope you subscribe to Joe's channel, and thank you, Joe.
Keep them coming.
Yeah, keep them coming. I hope you get into more rants.
Hope you're annoyed for many, many more years.